crime and distrust in our communities because desperate times cause what?
Desperate measures.
Every single day. Any visual learners out there? Visual, I gotta see it, Mr. TJ. Okay, I'm right there with you. So what does a problem look like illustrated? It starts with the phones, the TVs, the commercials. What they call the big word for it is propaganda. Propaganda, when you control the imaging that this community sees. You control the messages that they receive. The messages look like this. Your color and your circumstances define you. Yeah, so if you have darker skin, you're less. And if you don't make the money that they make there, you're worthless. That's what the media is telling us, guys. Phase 2 looks like this. An erosion of self-worth. And all of that negative messaging, it starts to actually seep in. We start to believe some of that. And what that looks like is now negative self-talk. Lower self-value, lower confidence. Because now we're starting to believe those things. That we aren't beautiful, that you're incompetent, you aren't smart. And what happens when we start to believe those things is we have fewer leaders. We now have fewer leaders because they're discouraged, they're scared, they're dead, or they're in prison. Yeah, because our circumstances are so rough, and they have to go out and make bad decisions, now they're in prison. Our leaders are afraid to step up and say anything because there's punishment around us. Okay, now we have fewer leaders. Fewer leaders leads to more community turmoil, more confusion, more division, more disconnectivity within our communities. Where you no longer see your neighbor as your brother or your sister, you see them as an enemy. Community disconnection. Crabs in the barrel, have you ever heard of that before? The crab in the barrel mentality, where no matter what, you want to pull somebody back down with you. Okay, that's what we have to go through within our communities. Community turmoil leads to crime and distrust. Crime and distrust, where you have to steal from your brother. You have to be envious of your sister. Crime and distrust in our communities because desperate times cause what?
Desperate measures.
Every single day. Desperate times lead to desperate measures that our people are forced to take, guys. That's why it's so serious. Okay, now an increase in crime and distrust leads to the threat of generational poverty. Generational poverty. We know about generational wealth. Everybody want to pass down some generational wealth. We're running into generational poverty. By the year of 2053, that's a few years, guys, this thing's going by fast. Black people, brown people from marginalized communities are a threat of reaching a $0 net income. $0 net income. Guys, so that's why we're in this room today. That's why we must find a solution. If we're going to control our own narratives, guys, we must combat this formula. We'll be the generation to do it. You guys with me on that? Yeah, that's why we're here today, guys.